viewers, welcome back to FUCHSIA's kitchen. And today we have a very talented friend of ours. Hello Jwala, how are you?
I'm good.
So Jwala, can you tell our viewers something about yourself?
Yes, I'm a medical nutrition therapist, a registered dietitian and a diabetes educator. I'm in this field of nutrition since last 10 years.
Okay.
And specifically in Singapore, I'm a HPB, that is a Health Promotion Board Ambassador. And SNDA, that is Singapore's Nutrition Dietetics Association's accredited nutritionist. Okay, today's recipe is going to be really focusing on trying to incorporate vegetables into the foods that generally children like. So children generally like to eat cheese, but that's mostly accompanied with bread. So I've tried to replace it with the sweet potato, the bread part of it. And spinach something is children would not really want to willingly eat because it's a green vegetable. So that's how we're going to incorporate all this together. So
Alright, and what is it called?
It's a green casserole.
Green casserole.
Okay, the ingredients for the green casserole are sweet potato 1, yellow onions 2 numbers, spinach 3 cups, corn 1 cup, wheat flour 2 tablespoons, besan half a cup, breadcrumbs half a cup, parmesan cheese half a cup, butter 2 tablespoons, milk 1 cup, cheddar cheese half a cup, salt to taste, black pepper 1/4 teaspoon, oregano 1/4 teaspoon, paprika 1/4 teaspoon, dried dill leaves 1/4 teaspoon, oil and butter for cooking. So we'll get started with the sweet potatoes. We need to completely prepare them. So for that, we need to just cook them up for 15 minutes.
Alright.
And I've already done that. Okay, so we've already got the cooked sweet potatoes. Now to reduce the sweetness of the sweet potatoes, I'm going to add a few of the ingredients. A little of olive oil. Okay, it's just around 1 teaspoon. Black pepper as per your choice. If you feel that your child cannot tolerate any kind of peppery thing or chili stuff, you can completely avoid it, but I prefer adding a bit of it. Salt. Be careful with the salt because we're going to even make we're going to add the cheese, also a little bit of white sauce, so we'll be adding in a bit of salt there. The leaves.
So how much quantity is all this, the leaves and salt?
Okay, so here it's going to be for 2 people, 2 persons.
Okay.
So, but it totally depends on how much you're eating at one time. So it can go up to 4. It's just if it's like a party and an accompaniment in a dish.
Okay.
So likewise, yeah. So we put in besan.
Besan is almost about 2 tablespoons.
It's 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
And breadcrumbs. Just for the texture, I'm adding breadcrumbs around 1.5 tablespoons.
1.5 tablespoons. Okay.
Now we just mix this all and mash this up so well that you don't really feel that it's a sweet potato kind of a texture.
Okay, so now the base is ready. So now next, what do we do?
Okay, now we prepare the spinach corn white sauce filling and we get started with the process.
Alright.
Okay, so we start with the spinach corn layer, making of it. So this is the butter. It is melting. I just put in the 2 tablespoons of the wheat flour.
So this is wheat flour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And it's just the same thing as we do it for the white sauce. While the wheat is cooking in the butter, at the same time we can just add the corn. So you can play around with the ingredients as much as you would like to add.
Nice color.
So these are the vegetables which are generally skipped by the kids. And I'll add the remaining spinach later.
And for vegetables, like green vegetables, you were saying we can use other than?
Okay, so it's for
spinach.
Yeah, other than spinach, we can add broccoli, capsicum. You can make it more colorful by actually putting in a lot of other different color of bell peppers like red, yellow, orange. So that way it becomes really exciting for the kids. We throw in a bit of onions, So at the same time the corn is also cooking, the spinach is going to ooze out its water and it will be cooked. So we don't really have a very drained out liquid. So here comes a bit of onions. We just throw in half the onions just to match up the flavor.
So how much onion is this?
This is one yellow onion, the larger one. We have to thinly slice it. And this cooks well because when we put in milk, it should just have a smooth texture then. Now we add the flavorings, the same ones, the dill leaves as we added in the sweet potato. Salt. We need to be very sure that we don't really add in a lot of salt because we'll be adding cheese later. Pepper. Oregano.
So approximately half teaspoon of salt?
Yeah, I think half a teaspoon of salt. For 2 to 3 minutes, I've kind of cooked this all together with the salt and the various herbs that we put in. I put in the remaining spinach.
Okay, so first we just added half.
Yeah, we just threw in a little, a half of the spinach to make sure that it's cooked well. And this is another little spinach. We want it a little watery. So that's the reason why we don't really want the moisture to go off from this batch. And then to put in milk. Slowly.
So now it's going to be like a creamy taste.
Yeah. Generally children do like the creamy textures and we're trying to do it.
So almost Milka, how do you decide how much proportion?
It depends on the the texture that you want. So like as you can see, the milk is evaporating quite fast. So we can actually slow down the flame a bit, and we want a creamy gravy kind of a consistency. So we can keep adding milk gradually, but definitely not all of it together at once because that can cause lumping of the whole spinach corn thing. So this is what we want it like.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now I'll just do the layering of the casserole that we've done. Before that, slightly greasing may be needed. So just to be on the safer side, because we put in a little of bread and the other ingredients, we don't really want them to stick around later. We just grease this. Start with the first layering of the sweet potato. So first just spread it. Try to keep the layer thin because we put in chana flour, that is besan, and we wanted to cook it well. So if you keep the layer thick, then you might get that raw flavor of it. So just make sure that the layer is thin enough. Now we put in the cheddar cheese. So this will just make sure that the layer of onions that I'm going to put now, it will catch hold of it and help it to stick along with the sweet potato stuff. So finish with this.
So layering can be altered or it has to be this way?
It can be, it's a very flexible dish, so you can just play around with the ingredients, with the layering as and when you want it. So now the layer of the spinach corn goes in. Okay, and just evenly spread it out on top. So this gives that crispy burnt look on the top when we just spread it.
Oh, so there's no cheese on top. This
we'll be just putting in a little of parmesan for the cheesy look on top. And here goes the parmesan cheese. We've already preheated the oven.
Yeah.
And this will bake for 15 minutes in the oven. And you will get to know it's done when you see the browning of the cheese as well as the onions on the top.
This looks really yummy and it's smelling so fresh. Wow, okay.
The fresh would be about the herbs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this is ready. The cheese, the parmesan cheese has gotten brown, and the onions by themselves have got caramelized. So this caramelization is quite natural. We've not done it in a wok. And we just slice this out.
Oh wow, so it's like a pie, yeah?
Yeah, it's like a pie, but definitely we have avoided a lot of calories coming from the bread part of it.
Really is tempting me, and I really want to take a bite of this green casserole. Thank you so much, Ujjwala, and I hope you enjoyed cooking with Fuchsia today in Fuchsia's kitchen.
Yes.
So let's taste it, and the viewers can see. Really good. This is really good. And actually, I can feel all like corn, spinach, even the sweet potato. I'm not a sweet potato person, but uska bhi I can feel the whole. It's really good, and a nice fresh smoothie or a chilled lemonade would do with this, and we're good to go. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.